ABC Sports presents Cambridge High School Bobcat Basketball. Brought to you by Dunning Motor Sales, Southeastern Med, West 40 Auto Sales, Ohio Sports Medicine Institute, Whitesides of Cambridge, and Advantage Bank.
Tonight, cross-county rivals hook up in the Cat's Lair. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cambridge High School. Time for the Point Restaurant pregame show. I'm Bill Kassler, and joining me tonight, Coach Dan Linscott, coach of the undefeated Lady Bobcats.
Right, we're pretty excited about that. We got a big upcoming game tomorrow against the Riverview Lady Black Bears, the defending two-time state champion, and they're 6-1 and undefeated in the league as well.
Hey, so good luck tomorrow night, Coach. Tonight, though, we've got some pressing matters at hand. The Meadowbrook Colts are in the gymnasium. Always a tough game. Now, the Colts off to a tough start, just like the Bobcats.
Right, they are. I was kind of looking at the records here. I believe they're 0-2 in the league. They had the one game with Coshocton that was postponed due to the weather. So they're going to have to make that up at some point. I was talking to Coach Arnold, and he said that he's real pleased with the effort that the kids gave in a couple games, but the last game at Indian Valley, he didn't feel like they played up to their capability.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. Another thing, I talked with Coach Arnold pregame, too, and he says that everybody has number 20 Philip Biggs circled on their roster.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Philip is the man. The man of Meadowbrook, and probably one of the main men in the ECOL.
We're going to take a quick break. I got to talk with Coach Vogt. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Back with more right after this.
The Point Restaurant pregame show, presented by The Point Restaurant, where friends meet to eat.
See some red.
Save some green.
Join the GM Red Tag event.
Now at Whitesides of Cambridge.
Every new Buick, Pontiac, Cadillac, and professional grade GMC truck has a red tag behind the windshield with the no hassle, no haggle bottom line price.
And you'll save thousands with 0 for 60 or 1.9 for 72 months on most models.
Or rebates up to $6,000.
And everything new gets a free fill up too, now through the end of the year.
Plus big used car savings on the big lot. Join the GM Red Tag event at Whitesides of Cambridge, just north of I-70 on Route 209.
I'm a physical therapist, Southeastern Med, Sportsman and Rehabilitation. We're going to work hard to get you back into the game of life.
We also have athletic training services. Our athletic trainers rehabilitate the physically active from Cambridge, Meadowbrook, and John Glenn all the way to senior citizens.
Does the room spin when you lay down or roll over in bed? Do you have difficulty walking up and down the aisles at the grocery store? If so, vestibular rehab may be the answer for you.
Has an injury, disease, or the aging process stopped you or a loved one from doing the things that are important to you? Let occupational therapy be your lifeline to get back to living life how you want to.
If you're an injured worker looking to return to work, or an employer looking to prevent injuries, here at Southeastern Med we can help.
We offer aquatic therapy and a variety of aquatic classes. The warm water makes a safe, ideal environment for relieving pain and stiffness to improve movement for everyday life.
At Southeastern Med, Sports Med and Rehab, we are always on the ball.
Welcome back to Cambridge High School. Bill Kassler here with Coach Don Vogt. Coach, good start to the season, win over Marietta, then some tough losses at home to New Philly and on the road to Claymont and Coshocton, but there has been some improvement in the last couple of games.
I think in that last quarter against New Philly, we kind of lost our confidence, and I thought when we went up to Claymont, being on the road for the first time, and then being pressured as we were, and they had a lot of returning experience. I think our kids just faltered a little bit and lost confidence in each other, and Coshocton was a good sign. We came back. The kids played extremely hard. There's a team that figures to be or wanted to be at the top of the conference, and so far undefeated. And we go all the way to the fourth quarter before they pull it out. So I think when you're looking at things as a whole, we'll see a lot of improvement. We've seen a lot of improvement in general way they play, their hustle, their execution, and so on. Now we have a long way to go, but the Coshocton game I thought was a good sign, even though we lost.
A lot of the players are starting to feel more comfortable in their roles now as well.
I think you're starting to see kids that are accepting what they're supposed to do and what is going to make the team successful. We talk a lot about running our heads into a brick wall, and why do you want to keep doing that if it's not going to be successful? Do the things that you can do and need to do for your teammates to make the whole team successful, and we're starting to have people buy into that, and I think that showed at Coshocton.
What do we look for out of the Meadowbrook Colts tonight?
you're going to see a lot of running, you're going to see a lot of pressing. We're going to have to take care of the ball, and that's been a weakness of ours that we've been working on, very hard for at least two and a half weeks now. So they're going to want to run the floor. They're going to play probably a lot of zone, I imagine. At least that's what they've done while we've scouted them. So that's what you expect to see from Meadowbrook. But all-out hustle, it's throw the records out. Here we are, two backdoor rivals. So
thanks a lot, Coach. We're going to be back with more right after this.
You've been watching the Point Restaurant pregame show, presented by The Point Restaurant, where friends meet to eat.
Nobody sells for less. With Dunning, you found the best. We've got the deals you're looking for. Cars, trucks, and so much more. You gotta see nobody sells for less. Nobody sells for less.
Advantage Bank has what you need when you need it. Whether you need a mortgage for a new home or want to refinance your existing home, Advantage Bank has the perfect loan for you. Ask one of our mortgage specialists about our fixed and variable rate loans and loans for first-time buyers. Check into one of Advantage Bank's construction loans and build your dream house with only one closing. Advantage Bank, serving you locally with what you need when you need it.
No matter what the sport, injuries can occur. For advice, effective treatment, and a rehabilitation plan, see Dr. James Klobuchar and his staff at Ohio Sports Medicine Institute. Athletes who receive the correct treatment and continue to train following an injury will return to competition sooner than those who do not. Get back in the game of life. Ohio Sports Medicine Institute, a full-service sports medicine facility, can help. From injury through rehabilitation to recovery. Ohio Sports Medicine Institute, 216 Highland Avenue in Cambridge.
We are back at Cambridge High School. Bill Castler, Dan Linscott with me tonight. Coach, Bobcats off to a tough start. Got to see some more consistent play out of our seniors.
Well, I think you're right. I was kind of perusing the statistics here and noticed that turnover to assist ratio, typically you want to have 2 assists to 1 turnover. We're just the opposite, 2 turnovers to 1 assist. And, Coach Bode alluded to that earlier, how they need to take care of the basketball. And you're right, the seniors have to step up. And tonight's as good a night as anything for Tyler Brown to do that. And honestly, this is a chance for both teams to get a first win in the ECOL.
Also puts a lot of pressure on the point guard, Winston Turner, number 32.
Right, and like I said before, I thought Winston really improved over the summer in the games that I watched him play, and hopefully he can bounce back tonight.
Of course, the Colts, we've talked about him before, number 20, Philip Biggs, always seems to give the Bobcats problems, always shoots well in this gymnasium.
Yes, he does. Philip, as you said before, is one of the premier players in the ECOL. He can score inside, he can score out, and I look for him to have a good game tonight. Hopefully we can contain him and make some of those other young players for the Meadowbrook Colts, make them into scorers, and hopefully they won't be quite as successful. If you're a Bobcat fan, if you're a Colt fan, you want to see those young kids successful. And I know from a personal viewpoint, I have some ties to the Meadowbrook kids. Ethan Shriver, actually is the son of one of my very first players I've ever coached at Meadowbrook High School. So
some ties to the old orange and brown then.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
It's a good thing. And that's something else we were talking about, Philip. I was talking with Coach Arnold just a little bit earlier before the game, and he said, of course, that his team has had the same problem the Bobcats have, a lot of turnovers. They just can't seem to get the ball into Philip's hands in the half court.
Well, like I said, I had a chance to see both teams play in the course of the summer, and that didn't seem to be an issue then. But now teams are really honed in and stopping the premier scorers. Just like I would assume that Meadowbrook is going to be very much aware of where Markley is. Likewise, we should be very aware of where Mr. Biggs is.
Colts come in at 1-2 overall, win over Barnesville, and 2 losses in the ECOL to Dover and Indian Valley. Bobcats, of course, 1-3, 0-3 in the ECOL. Getting ready now for the introduction of the starting lineups.
Tonight, the Bobcats will host the Colts from Meadowbrook High School. Now, to honor America, please stand and join the Cambridge High School Pep Band for the playing of our national anthem.
Feltner with the call. Talk with both coaches before the game.
The visiting team from Meadowbrook High School.
Entirely sure of their starting lineup, so they had an idea.
Number 2, Nick Hudson.
Number 2, Nick Hudson, senior guard.
Number 3, Jeremy Neff.
Number 3, Jeremy Neff. He's only a sophomore, so
number 20, Philip Biggs.
There he is, Philip Biggs, 6'5" senior. Big man.
Number 21, Brock Miracle.
Brock Miracle. All front court players, senior.
And number 30, Ethan Schreiber.
And rounding out the starting lineup.
The Colts are coached by Mr. Keith Arnold.
6'2" sophomore. The Colts, as I said before, 1-2, 0-2 in the ECOL.
Some very familiar names there for Meadowbrook. Taking out the Schreiber, Brock Miracle, son of Ben Miracle. They've been down there for quite some time.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Fighting Bobcats. Number 5,
senior guard Trevor Markley leading the Bobcats and scoring 9.8 points per game so far this year.
Number
Trevor off to a great start in the Marietta game with 23 points. Hasn't been able to match that performance yet. There's number 15, Zach McVicker.
Number 24,
senior forward. Shane Leggett, junior guard. Counting on him big time. He had a nice game
number
off this shot for 8 points.
Turner.
Winston Turner.
And number 34, Tyler Brown.
And the senior rounding out the starting lineup, 6'4" Tyler Brown.
I'm sure Coach Vogt would love to get off to the same start that he had up at the shotgun when they bounced out, so jumped off that 16-2 to 16-2 lead in that first quarter.
Got to give the Redskins a lot of credit coming back from a deficit like that. They shot very poorly in the first half, though. Good defense by the Bobcats.
It was good defense, and a lot of those shots rimmed out. But you know what? The Bobcats were able to rebound and limit them to one shot, which was really big.
Getting ready now for the opening tip.
Very nice crowd.
Real nice crowd. And Meadowbrook brought a nice student section along with them, so we ought to hear it from both sides tonight.
All right, I'll tell you what, this is what makes high school athletics what it is. You know, it's exciting to play before a packed house.
2 Guernsey County schools, 2 ECOL schools, bitter rivals on the court, friends off the court. Getting ready for the opening tip, Zach McVicker and Philip Biggs jumping for their respective teams. Ball's up, Biggs controls the tap, gets it back to number 3, Jeremy Neff gets it over to 2, Nick Hudson. Hudson calls out the play. Bobcats start off in a zone.
Rumor had it they were going to go like a diamond and one.
Well, now they have gone. That's what they have gone. Trying to get the ball underneath. Nice job there. 24 Leggett with the steal. Gets it up to Turner. Up the floor quickly to McVicker. McVicker holds it up. Bobcats in their half-court offense. Markley down low now. Turning, shooting, and scoring. Tyler Brown. First two of the game belong to the Bobcats.
They look pretty good with his back to the basket on that play.
Nick Hudson brings it up the floor for the Colts. Off in the corner. That's Jeremy Neff now. Neff back to Hudson. Hudson, the point guard for the Colts, works it off in the corner. That's 21. That's Brock Miracle. And they're saying no shot as he tries to work the ball to the inside. First foul of the game will be against the Bobcats. And that'll be on Shane Leggett, 24.
A real nice job by Ethan Shriver there, posting up strong. That's as a sophomore.
First foul on either team. First team foul for the Bobcats. Hudson gets it out of bounds, gets it to Biggs. Brown's on him. And he throws a wild pass cross court, trying to get it back to Neff. Ball goes out of bounds, turned over to the Bobcats.
Yeah, that's the right play by Phillip, to go ahead and pass out of the double team. Just happened to hurry it just a little bit.
Winston Turner on Nick Hudson now. 6:59 left in the first. 2-0 Bobcats. Markley gets it back to Brown. Pass is a little too tall for him, out of bounds. Turned back over to the Colts.
Yeah, both teams probably a little tense here to start off. Both teams winless in the ESOL, and this is big rivalry.
Big game for both teams. Chance to get off the schneid, basically. And that's Neff out near the top of the key. Gets it back to Hudson. Hudson to Miracle. Miracle works it around the top of the circle. Gets it back to Neff. Neff back to Hudson. In the corner now. Working on the baseline. That is Ethan Shriver, number 30. Tries to reverse his dribble, slips and travels. That's 2 turnovers for the Colts. Watch it here. You can see, tried to turn around, spotted Tyler Brown standing on the baseline, decided not a good idea to drive in there.
The Colts extend their pressure just a little bit here.
Turner now in the key, kicks it back out to Markley. Markley back to Turner. Turner, top of the key. Off on the
moving screen there by Tyler.
And they're going to get Tyler, and that'll be his first, second on the Bobcats. And this is the problem Cambridge has had. A lot of fouls committed by the Bobcats, and giving a lot of teams chances on the free throw line.
And also that Tyler's, I think, had a case where he's gotten into early foul trouble, and obviously when he gets 2, he's going to go to the bench.
And a lot of varsity experience there on the bench when he sits down. Hudson now with the basketball. On the left side, back to Neff. Neff in the corner. That's Shriver. Shriver with Markley working on him. Back now to Miracle. Miracle inside. Hudson's got it. Brown's on Hudson. A little bit of a mismatch there. Gets Brown up in the air. That's 2. And right away, we see somebody coming in off the bench, and it looks like Lepla. Take a look at the foul here. Hudson driving, gets Brownie up in the air, and Tyler comes down, swats him hard, and that is 2 fouls on Tyler Brown.
That's a huge foul. That's going to really benefit Meadowbrook.
Shots up by Hudson, no good.
When you pick up the cheap foul there at the beginning there, the moving screen, and then you come down, sometimes you just have to lay off and concede the basket.
Taylor Lepla checks into the lineup for Coach Vogt. Second shot by Hudson is up around the rim and good. Meadowbrook's on the board. 2-1, 5:37 left in the first quarter.
Meadowbrook's just playing man-to-man. They just extend it, 3/4 court.
Turner now driving down to the baseline. Now kicks it back out to Markley. Back to Leggett. Leggett drives down, kicks it back out to Turner. Turner in the corner, and he's fouled by Nick Hudson. First foul on the Colts. Watch it here. Hudson beat, bodies up on Winston Turner, and the first foul by the Colts. 2-1 Bobcats, 5:20 left in the first. Turner with Hudson out on him. Now back in the corner, Leggett. Leggett to Markley to Turner. Turner to Lepla.
There's Phillip Biggs, wise enough to lay off Taylor.
Yeah.
Understands he's not a threat out there.
Let him shoot. And driving, shooting, and missing is Zach McVicker. Nice cut into the paint, but didn't pay off. Here comes Nick Hudson for the Colts. Biggs in the corner now. That's Neff. Back out top to Brock Miracle. Miracle with Lepla on him. Back outside, Hudson's got it between the circles for the Colts. Shriver, top of the key. Now back to Miracle. Miracle in the corner. Good job by Lepla defensively, trying to get the ball to Shriver and kicked out of bounds. Looks like Shane Leggett last to touch it. It'll be Colts ball.
Yeah, it looked like we were back in the straight man-to-man there.
Neff with the inbounds to Biggs. Biggs back to Hudson. Hudson to Miracle. Miracle on the elbow, shooting and scoring. Is that going to count? And it will.
Count it.
Well, I'll tell you what, he got a lot of time to get that shot off. Take a look at the shot here. He gets the ball on the elbow and
nice upper body strength. And just look at the young man. He's built pretty well and is able to absorb the contact and finish.
I think McVicker with a personal foul, and that's going to give the Colts a 4-2 lead with that traditional three-point play. Winston Turner with the basketball now for the Bobcats. Kyler Brown with the only 2 points of the night so far for the Cats, and he's on the bench with 2 personal fouls. Turner, ball's out of bounds, off his leg, and it will be Colt basketball. Coach Vogt wanting to talk things over now as Bobcats seem to have lost their composure a little bit with Tyler Brown on the bench.
All right, you know, when you lose your big senior player that you expect a lot out of, then you just kind of lost some chemistry right now and just need to regroup, settle down, and get quality shots. Trevor needs to step up and take a few shots, and I don't believe that we've seen him take one yet.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen Philip Biggs get many touches with the basketball yet so far, so the Bobcats have done a good job defensively on him, but some of the other Colts have stepped up.
Zach McVicker's done a really good job.
Keep in mind that after the game, we'll be awarding our Player of the Game certificate to one of the Bobcats, and of course, Player of the Game wins a Crino's pizza.
And that is delicious pizza.
Doesn't get any better than Crino's, does it?
Not unless it's free.
A little early yet. Well, you're not eligible anymore. No Player of the Game for you. Colts with the basketball now. Neff on the elbow. Biggs has it.
Nice job by Zach.
Shot. Oh, wow. Great shot by Philip Biggs. Looked like he forced it a little bit, but once he elevated, he had a clean look at the basket.
Still a pretty nice job by Zach McVicker to contest the shot.
6'2" Colts. Winston Turner with the basketball now. Turner. Colts continue their aggressive man. Turner driving, shooting, and missing. Biggs with a rebound for Meadowbrook. Biggs driving up the floor, shooting and scoring. Wow. And Zach McVicker once again with good defense, and Philip Biggs still able to convert 8-2 Meadowbrook.
Yeah, sometimes you can do everything right defensively and they still make the shot. So it's a credit to him.
Markley now with the basketball. Off in the corner, Leggett's got it. Back to Markley. Back to Turner now. Turner on the left side, kicks it back, top of the key. Leggett. Leggett down in the paint to Lepla, back out to Markley. He'll take the three, no good. Rebound Lepla. Bobcats with a second chance. Taylor in the paint, turning, shooting, and missing. Biggs with a good defense that time. Here come the Colts. Nick Hudson with the basketball. 8-2, 2:55 left in the first. Meadowbrook with the lead. Hudson to Neff. Down low, Biggs has it. And they're going to say that's an offensive foul. And boy, I'll tell you what, if I'm Coach Arnold, I might argue with that call.
Well, you give Taylor credit for coming over, but I believe that he was still moving. He was able to get that on instant replay. It was a nice post entry pass there by number 3, Jeremy Neff.
Take a look at this here. Yeah, I'll tell you what, he was still drifting into him there. The official didn't quite get a good look at it, and Philip Biggs picks up his first foul. It's a break for the Bobcats.
Well, give Taylor credit for falling down. Sometimes when you fall down, you can get that call.
William Klein's checked into the game for Cambridge now. He's got the basketball. Looking, kicks it back out. Leggett's got it. Leggett drives down the lane, back to Turner. Turner on the baseline. Shots up by Winston. That's good. 8-4. Colts with a 4-point lead. 2:20 left in the first.
Nice shot there by Winston. Took a dribble left, cleared himself, elevated, and stroked it home.
Hudson now with the basketball for the Colts. Hudson outside, up to Neff. Top of the key. Shots up and good by Neff.
There's one of Coach Ford's old plays. They used to call that shallow, where they run the ball side wing up to the ball side elbow.
The sophomore converts on the shot from the top of the key. Now William Klein with the basketball for Cambridge. McVicker cut off, turning, shooting, and missing, but he's fouled. Number 40 in there for the Colts. That's Alex Robertson. Will pick up the personal, and that will send McVicker to the line, shooting 2. That's only the 3rd team foul on the Colts. Bobcats with 4.
Just to go back to that previous Meadowbrook play, Coach Holdren, who's been a long time Cambridge assistant, is now helping out down there at Meadowbrook, and that was one of Cambridge's favorite plays for Tyler Feld, Adam Davenport, and the like, and they run the same thing for Biggs. And you have to respect them at the low block, so the elbow is going to be open.
Took a little page out of Coach Ford's playbook.
Yes, he did. It works well.
First free throw up by McVicker's good. Second shot by Zach, no good. Rebound fought for. Klein's going to come up with it. No, he steps on the sideline. It's going to be Colt basketball. Boy, Coach Arnold is upset with something, too. I think he thought there should have been a foul in there.
Yeah, he's talking to the official a little bit. That happens sometimes.
You never do that, though, do you?
Well, anymore I've decided it's probably wiser not to.
You know you're going to break that rule tomorrow night. Now it always happens.
I hope not. I'll knock on wood here.
Okay. 10-5. Colts with a 5-point lead. Biggs with the basketball. Up the floor quickly. Neff, top of the key. Back to Biggs. He'll shoot the 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound McVicker. Turner loses the handle. Now picks it up. Gets it to Markley. He's wide open. Markley thinks better when he sees Phillip Biggs. Kicks it back out to Turner. Turner to Leggett. Leggett back to Markley. Aggressive defense by the Colts. A good man-to-man. Outside, Leggett's got the 3. In and out. Rebound fought for. Miracle comes down with it for the Colts. Turner harasses him, but it's up to Neff. Meadowbrook settles it down. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Neff with the basketball for the Colts. Miracle cutting, sliding, missing. Off the back of the rim. Boy, I'll tell you what, he was lucky he didn't pick up a traveling call there. 12-5 Meadowbrook.
I'll tell you what, this floor is a little slick. We do our best to try to keep it clean, but honestly, it's not as tacky as what it should be.
Turner falls down. Nice play to get it to Markley. 36 seconds left now in the first. Turner on the baseline. Kicks it off to Klein. And there's a foul in there before William can get the shot off. Let's see if that puts him on the line. Take a look at it here. Turner gets Biggs up in the air. The kick into Klein, and he's fouled there by Neff.
Well, there were probably about 3 fouls prior to that. Both teams stepping it up. The Colts trying to expand their lead, and the Bobcats trying to hang in there.
30 seconds left now in the first quarter. Winston Turner looking for some help. Throws it out to Trevor Markley. 28 seconds left. Leggett back to Turner.
Colts go to a zone. A 1-2-2, 3-2 zone.
Bobcats will play for one shot. In a zone, you might want to look for, although they extend now. Now they extend their zone a little bit. They get out on Trevor Markley. Turner now drives down the lane in the corner. McVicker back to Markley. 6 seconds. 5, 4. Markley on the baseline. Shots up by Trevor. Off the rim. No good. Rebound fought for. That's going to do it. End of the first. The score after 1. It's Meadowbrook 12, Cambridge 5. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this.
Hi, I'm George Shahady, owner of West 40 Auto Sales in Cambridge, Ohio, where for over 17 years we have specialized in selling and financing pre-owned cars, trucks, and vans for under $10,000. And here at West 40 Auto Sales, we have guaranteed financing, which means everyone gets approved. Most cars come with warranties and are checked by the mechanic on site to make sure your deal is right. And remember, at West 40 Auto Sales, cash always gets you a discount. So call us today at 740-439-5504 or check us out on the web at west40autosales.com and see what we can do for you.
Giving Cambridge many good looks.
Right. We need to maybe take the ball a little bit harder to the basket. Both teams have 4 team fouls. Make them pay, make them make the officials part of the game here, and maybe we can go ahead and chip away at this lead through the foul line there. But give Meadowbrook all kinds of credit. They were very much aware of the shooter and Trevor Markley.
And a 5-second call. Oh no,
timeout. Timeout.
Good timeout by Coach Vogt. And Bobcats trying to get organized here. Not even underway here in the second quarter. But as you were saying, before Bobcats do need to be a little bit more aggressive going to the basket.
Right, I really think that would make a huge difference. Take away some of use Meadowbrook's aggressiveness against them, and I think that would benefit Cambridge.
Keep it tuned at halftime. The Southeastern Med halftime show coming up. We'll have all the stats and the breakdown of the first half.
Tell you what, I was very, very much impressed by Meadowbrook's defense there at the end of the first quarter. They were very much aware of the shooter and Markley, and I know they switched out at least 3 different people switched out on his zone to make sure that that they had a hand in Trevor's face. And
they fell back into a passive zone for just a minute, and then they came out pretty quickly. And Ryan Hatmaker in the game now for the Bobcats. Just underway here in the second. Hatmaker to Leggett. Leggett double teamed in the corner now. Looking for some help. Got Markley. Reverses it back to Hatmaker. Hatmaker to Markley. Top of the key, Klein. Klein driving down the lane. Gets Biggs up in the air, and they're going to say William Klein traveled. Shuffle the feet. It'll be Meadowbrook ball.
They tried the Geno Ford step through the jump stop and was unsuccessful. Last night I was in the gym and saw Ryan Hatmaker make about 23s, and hopefully he can jumpstart this Cats offense.
Colts with the basketball. Nick Hudson, top of the key. Phillip Biggs. Biggs with McVicker out on him. Gets it underneath to Miracle. Off the rim, no good. Miracle gets his own rebound. Ball's up, no good. Rebound Bobcats. Leggett with the rebound for Cambridge. Hatmaker up the floor to Markley. Markley in the corner. McVicker. McVicker now down low to Klein. Williams up with a shot, no good. Biggs with the rebound for the Colts. 12-5 Meadowbrook, 6:57 left in the second. Here comes Nick Hudson. Hudson to Miracle. Miracle, top of the key now. Looking for Biggs. McVicker out on Biggs. Now Hudson. Hudson kicks it back out. Side the arc and in the corner now. And they're going to say there's another foul on the play here. Looked like it was away from the basketball, and I think that may be on 24 Leggett.
Right, that's what I thought. Shane had a handful of jersey, and you can get away with that stuff. And the Gus Macker and high school officials have a tendency of calling that. If you reach out, make contact, and then get it off, I think they'll allow it. But when you maintain contact, they'll call the foul.
Luke LePage checks in for Leggett. And let's see.
Moving screen.
So with that, Colts turn the ball over. Bobcats still trail 12-5 now.
The officials been consistent with the moving screen. You have to be set.
Hatmaker now with the basketball. Ryan up the floor. Nick Hudson out on him. To Klein. Klein looking for McVicker. Can't find him. Gets it back to Hatmaker. Hatmaker to McVicker. McVicker back to Markley. 6:13 left in the second. Markley driving, shooting, and can't get it to go. Rebound Luke LePage, and that's just exactly what you want out of Luke. Cleaned up that rebound.
I'll tell you what, that was a nice drive by Trevor, and it forces Luke's man to come over, and Luke was the beneficiary there.
12-7, 2 points for Luke LePage. Nick Hudson with the basketball now for the Colts. Hudson with Hatmaker out on him. Off in the corner now, it's number 40, Alex Robertson. Robertson across the key, Shriver shots up on the baseline, wide open, and that's good. 14-7 Colts.
Say Mr. Robertson's a nice athlete, likes to take the ball hard to the basket, has a tendency of going right an awful lot of the time.
Hatmaker now working on Hudson, back out to Markley. Trevor Markley now. Back to Hatmaker in the corner. McVicker. McVicker gets it down low to LePage. Luke puts the ball up, no good. Shot goes off his hands, back to Brock Miracle. Here come the Colts. Miracle. Back to Robertson. Robertson to Biggs. Biggs on the elbow. Shots up by Phillip. That's good.
Had to force that shot, but once again, when you're 6'5", you can shoot over people.
And that, that's the second time that he's done that too. He just gets position, elevates himself right over everybody, and gets a clean look at the basket. Hatmaker to, that's Klein, back outside now to Hatmaker again. Hatmaker to Markley. Markley down the lane, kicks it off to Hatmaker again. Hatmaker back to Markley. Good defense by the Colts.
Yeah, Ryan needs to take the ball to the basket, and he's very much capable of doing that.
LePage now reverses it back to Klein. Klein in the lane. Shots up by William off the backboard. That's good.
Nice shot there by William. Taking the one dribble to clear himself and using the backboard.
16-9. Colts with a 7-point lead. Philip Biggs directing traffic with the basketball. 4:07 left in the second. Biggs now between the legs. Back over to 40 Robertson. Robertson down the lane. And a whistle. Let's see, they're going to say traveling?
Yep, that's what they called.
A lot of contact there. We'll take it there.
Yes. That'll definitely benefit the Bobcats here at this point. Every turnover that Meadowbrook has benefits the Cambridge Bobcats.
Hatmaker now playing the point for the Bobcats. Up against Nick Hudson. Hudson working on McVicker and Hatmaker. Hatmaker now off in the corner. Klein's got it for three. Can't find the rim. Here comes Neff for the Colts. Meadowbrook now slows things up. Hudson with the basketball. Hudson back to 14, Joe DeLees, who's just checked into the ball game. DeLees back to Biggs. Biggs for three, and that's a big three-pointer.
And just like you said in the pregame, Mr. Biggs loves this gymnasium.
He does. He always does well here. Shoots the lights out usually. I think his dad brings him up here at night. Hatmaker back to Markley. Bobcats looking to get some offense going. Markley down the lane. Good shots drive. Up by Trevor. No good. Hatmaker fighting for the basketball. They're going to say jump ball as he and DeLees tied up. Possession arrow to the Colts.
I really like the play there of Trevor Markley to take the ball aggressively to the basket. Maybe he needs to just jump stop and look to draw more contact and go to the foul line, get himself off and running here.
George Liptak into the ball game for the Bobcats now. 10-point lead for the Colts, 19-9. Shriver in the corner, down low to Biggs. Biggs trapped on the baseline, back to Shriver. Shriver loses the handle.
A lot of contact.
A lot of contact. McVicker ends up with a basketball, and I think Shriver's going to end up with a personal. Take a look. Shriver with the ball, loses the handle, picked up by McVicker, and that's a good call. Got him on the elbow. .243 left now in the second, 19-9. Bobcats by 10.
Yeah, good intensity by both teams here.
Ryan Hatmaker with the basketball, works it back to George Liptak now. Liptak off to Trevor Markley. Markley back to Liptak. Liptak on the baseline, and let's see, they're going to say that's a block on Joe DeLees.
1-on-1 for the Bobcats.
And you're right. Colts have picked up a couple fouls, and that'll put George Liptak on the line. And it's important the Bobcats start converting their free throws.
Well, they have to stay within a certain point here of Meadowbrook. And, you don't want Meadowbrook to get out to too big a lead. So
Cambridge just shooting 60% this year from the line as a team. George Liptak puts that first shot up and good. Take a look here at the foul here. Liptak tries driving the baseline, and 14 DeLees bodies up on it. Second shot up by Liptak. Senior puts it down. It is 19-11. 8-point lead for the Colts. 2:25 left in the second. Bobcat fans hoping for a little bit of a run here before halftime.
Yeah, need to stop here at the other end.
Nick Hudson, another whistle. Let's see. I think this may be on Trevor Markley.
Well, you have Trevor trying to guard Philip Biggs down there in the post, and once again they went back to the shallow play where they just dribble over and the wing circles around the ball side post, comes up to the ball side elbow, and it's just a difficult play to guard.
And actually that foul goes against George Liptak. LePage now. Miracle with the basketball. Kicks back out to Robertson. Robertson, let's see, with LePage on him, and let's see, that's going to be on Luke LePage.
Yep.
And that'll put the Colts in the bonus. 1-1 for Meadowbrook now.
Now, did you notice which way Mr. Albertson drove there? Robertson, excuse me.
Robertson.
Alex.
I was looking for Albertson.
Alex Robertson. Said earlier has a tendency of going to the right, but he is very quick going to the right. Well, he does make a nice fake left and then goes right. He's done that the last couple of years that I've seen him.
Robertson puts his first shot down, 20-11 now. Meadowbrook with a 9-point lead here. 2:15 left in the second. Second shot up by Robertson, that's good. Liptak now up the floor for Cambridge. Off in the corner to Markley. Markley on the left side, back to Liptak now. Liptak drives down the baseline. George looking for some help. Kicks it back out top to Trevor Markley. Markley, looking for Ryan Hatmaker, and Ryan zigged when he should have zagged, or vice versa.
Yeah, sometimes you can fake your own teammate out, and I think that's what happened.
Under 2 minutes now left in the second quarter, 21-11. Meadowbrook with a 10-point lead. Neff, the sophomore with the basketball, back to Nick Hudson. To Biggs. Biggs top of the key. That's stolen by McVicker.
Nice steal like
down
that.
the floor. Up and can't get it to go. Philip Biggs with a rebound. Hudson up the floor. 1:31 left in the second. He'll hold it up, wait for the rest of his teammates to come down. Meadowbrook sets the offense, and why not? They've got a 10-point lead. Robertson down low, and a little pass a little bit too hard. Goes off Philip Biggs' hands. Bobcats with the turnover now.
A little too firm on that pass.
Liptak. Off outside to Hatmaker now. Hatmaker to Liptak. Liptak will take a long three off the front of the rim. No good. Philip Biggs with the rebound for the Colts. Under a minute to go. Still 21-11. Meadowbrook with a 10-point lead.
Be interesting to see if Meadowbrook holds for the last shot here.
Hudson to Neff. Neff with Liptak out on him aggressively. Hatmaker out on Hudson. 39 seconds. Biggs now. There's the man they want to have the basketball to get the last shot off. But Miracle will take a long three, and that's good.
That's one of those shots that say no, 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 and
yes. Coach Arnold had to be.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that's the shot he wanted. Let's just put it that way.
I saw a little smile come across his face as he turned to Cousin Holt.
It still counts. Whistle away from the basketball. Let's see what the call is. They're going to get Ryan Hatmaker with a push away from the basketball. So 18 seconds left, 24-11, and Hatmaker turns the ball back over to Meadowbrook again.
All right, offensive foul there, so they don't shoot the one-on-one player control.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Voigt's got to be disappointed with his first half, particularly the way his Bobcats played up at Coshocton so well in the first half.
Well, maybe it's better to play well late and win the game than play well early and lose.
Bobcats dug a pretty big hole here. Robertson with the basketball, gets it to Biggs, and at the buzzer. Nothing doing, but boy, I'll tell you what, everything else went well for the Colts. The score at the half is Meadowbrook 24, Cambridge 11. We'll be back with a halftime stats right after this.
Station. They told me as much a tradition as trimming the tree, tasty treats, and offering good cheer, WILE FM 97.7 is playing all your favorite songs. From our family to yours. Merry Christmas to WILE FM, your holiday music station.
See some red. Save some green. Join the GM Red Tag event. Now at Whitesides of Cambridge.
Every new Buick, Pontiac, Cadillac, and professional grade GMC truck has a red tag behind the windshield with the no hassle, no haggle bottom line price.
And you'll save thousands with 0 for 60 or 1.9 for 72 months on most models.
Or rebates up to $6,000.
And everything new gets a free fill up too, now through the end of the year.
Plus big used car savings on the big lot. Join the GM Red Tag event at Whitesides of Cambridge, just north of I-70 on Route 209.
I'm a physical therapist, Southeastern Med, Sportsman and Rehabilitation. We're going to work hard to get you back into the game of life.
We also have athletic training services. Our athletic trainers rehabilitate the physically active from Cambridge, Meadowbrook, and John Glenn, all the way to senior citizens.
Does the room spin when you lay down or roll over in bed? Do you have difficulty walking up and down the aisles at the grocery store? If so, vestibular rehab may be the answer for you.
Has an injury, disease, or the aging process stopped you or a loved one from doing the things that are important to you? Let occupational therapy be your lifeline to get back to living life how you want to.
If you're an injured worker looking to return to work or an employer looking to prevent injuries. Here at Southeastern Med, we can help.
We offer aquatic therapy and a variety of aquatic classes. The warm water makes a safe, ideal environment for relieving pain and stiffness to improve movement for everyday life.
At Southeastern Med, Sports Med, and Rehab, we are always on the ball.
The Southeastern Med Halftime Show, presented by Southeastern Ohio Regional Medical Center.
Welcome back to Cambridge High School and the Southeastern Med Halftime Show. Tough first half for the Bobcats, Coach Lynn Scott, as we watch the Cambridge High School drill team out there performing their routine.
Well, I'll tell you what, Charlotte McCartney does a great job with these girls.
Catch the whole routine. That's a nice routine that they've got there.
I tell you, the girls put an awful lot of time in, a lot more than what most people realize.
Good job by the drill team. Let's take a look at the stats now for the first half. First for the Colts.
Okay, for the Colts, Nick Hudson has 1, Jeremy Neff has 2, Phillips Biggs has 9, Ben Miracle with a big 8, Ethan Shriver with 2, and Alex Robertson has 2.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that last 3 that Miracle hit, that hurt.
That was huge. That was huge. You know, and then for the Bobcats, we have Zach McVicker with 1, Winston with 2, Tyler Brown with 2, George Liptak with 2, William Klein with 2, and Luke LePage with a 2 there on a nice follow-up.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Tyler Brown, 2 points, started off well.
Yeah.
First 2 points of the game, got in some foul trouble, had to ride the bench. So.
Right, he spent probably 13.5 minutes on the bench, and obviously that's a big part of our offense. We need him to come back and play a big part in our comeback if we are to come back on this evening.
Score at halftime, it is Meadowbrook 24, Cambridge 11. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Nobody sells for less. With Dunning, you found the best. We've got the deals you're looking for. Cars, trucks, and so much more. You gotta see Dunning Motor Sales. Nobody sells for less. Dunning Motor Sales. Nobody sells for less.
Advantage Bank has what you need when you need it, at your convenience. AdvantageBank.com gives you a safe, secure online access to all of your Advantage Bank accounts, 24 hours a day. And Advantage Bill Pay gives you the added convenience of paying your bills quickly and securely online. And talk about convenience. The Advantage Platinum interest-bearing checking account offers free and discounted services, all to make your life a little easier. Advantage Bank, serving you locally with what you need when you need it.
I'm a physical therapist, Southeastern Med, Sports Med, and Rehabilitation. We're going to work hard to get you back into the game of life.
We also have athletic training services. Our athletic trainers rehabilitate the physically active from Cambridge, Meadowbrook, and John Glenn, all the way to senior citizens.
Does the room spin when you lay down or roll over in bed? Do you have difficulty walking up and down the aisles at the grocery store? If so, vestibular rehab may be the answer for you.
Has an injury, disease, or the aging process stopped you or a loved one from doing the things that are important to you? Let occupational therapy be your lifeline to get back to living life how you want to.
If you're an injured worker looking to return to work, or an employer looking to prevent injuries, here at Southeastern Med, we can help.
We offer aquatic therapy and a variety of aquatic classes. The warm water makes a safe, ideal environment for relieving pain and stiffness to improve movement for everyday life.
At Southeastern Med, Sports Med, and Rehab, we are always on the ball.
The Southeastern Med Halftime Show, presented by Southeastern Ohio Regional Medical Center.
Welcome back to Cambridge High School. Bill Kassler and Dan Linscott with you. Southeastern Med halftime show and the Bobcats. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Talk the first half of the Cats.
All right, had the big shot, opening shot there by Tyler Brown. Nice post feed by Trevor Markley.
Colts come back. Tell you what, we're going to come back with a little bit of a technical problem with our feed there, but it was tough. And I'll tell you what, we talked about it really in the first half, the Phillip Biggs show.
Right, Phillip's able to elevate and just jump over people, and the Colts have gotten a huge lift from Brock Miracle, with his 8 points, like you said, the big 3. there at the end of the first half. The Bobcats only shooting 4 of 17 from the field. Cambridge only has 4 turnovers, so they've improved in that department.
And they forced some Meadowbrook turnovers, but the shot opportunities have not been there for the Bobcats. Good defense by the Colts.
Good defense, and even though they've committed some fouls, we're just not getting to the basket enough to. So that way we make them pay, from the foul line, and we're 3 or 4 from the foul line. Just need to get there a few more times.
So the Bobcats have dug a hole. Let's see if they can get out of it. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more from Cambridge High School right after this.
Hi, I'm George Shahady, owner of West 40 Auto Sales in Cambridge, Ohio, where for over 17 years we have specialized in selling and financing pre-owned cars, trucks, and vans for under $10,000. And here at West 40 Auto Sales, we have guaranteed financing, which means everyone gets approved. Most cars come with warranties and are checked by the mechanic on site to make sure your deal is right. And remember, at West 40 Auto Sales, cash always gets you a discount. So call us today at 740-439-5504 or check us out on the web at west40autosales.com and see what we can do for you.
No matter what the sport, injuries can occur. For advice, effective treatment, and a rehabilitation plan, see Dr. James Klobuchar and his staff at Ohio Sports Medicine Institute. Athletes who receive the correct treatment and continue to train following an injury will return to competition sooner than those who do not. Get back in the game of life. Ohio Sports Medicine Institute, a full-service sports medicine facility, can help. From injury through rehabilitation to recovery. Ohio Sports Medicine Institute, 216 Highland Avenue in Cambridge.
Cambridge High School, Bill Castler, Dan Linscott with you. Bobcats trailing the Meadowbrook Colts 24-11 at the half. And Bobcats will open the second half with a basketball. Winston Turner back in the lineup now for Cambridge. Cats now looking for some offense. Turner right down the lane, shots up, no good. Biggs with a rebound for the Colts.
Nice rebound by Philip Biggs. Nice, good to see that he went up with 2 hands and was really strong with the ball.
Good aggressive drive by Winston Turner now. Back outside, Nick Hudson's got it for the Colts. Hudson down low to Biggs. Biggs on the post. Shots up right over Tyler Brown. Good defense by Tyler. Good shot by Philip.
Pretty fortunate not to pick up an and one there.
Turner now. Off to Leggett. Leggett, top of the key. Brown's got it. Takes a look at it. Thinks about it. Now he works it down to Brown in the paint. Brown turning, shooting in, missing. Rebound Biggs.
Tyler just needs to work himself back into the flow of the game. When you sit there for 13 and a half minutes and then 10 minutes at halftime, you really need to go up and down the floor, get a few touches.
Miracle with the basketball down the paint. Ball kicks off his knee. Bobcat ball. Good defense by Cambridge that time. Colts with a 26-11 lead. 6:58 left in the third. Winston Turner with the ball for the Bobcats. Token pressure by the Colts. Turner working with the ball out in the corner. Loses the handle. Gets it off in the corner. Shane Leggett now. Leggett in the paint. Driving, shooting in, missing. Biggs with the rebound. Bobcats trying to create some shot opportunities here, Coach.
Well, I think they're doing the right thing by trying to get to the basket, but they also need to come to a jump stop and get themselves under control, their shoulders square to the backboard, so that way they have a better chance of making those shots.
Shots out there by Neff, and boy, I'll tell you something right now. They ran a nice play, set things up well, and Meadowbrook has jumped off 5-0 here in the third quarter, 29-11. Coach Vogt wants to talk things over.
Yeah, that's Coach Neff's son right there, the JV coach's son, who can definitely shoot it.
Right from the top of the key, and he drills it. Set a nice screen for him, too.
Nice staggered screen. So there's Biggs, one of your big scorers, your main threat, and he's willing to set a screen and freed up one of those sophomores.
Keep in mind, after the game, we will be awarding this certificate that I hold in my hand, Crino's Pizza Player of the Game.
Once again, that is delicious pizza.
It is. 432-2200. Hey, you can still call. They're open till midnight.
Right. I have to get my wife right on that.
Yeah. Get the veggie. That's my favorite. 29-11 now. Bobcats trying to work on some offense, and it's been a long time since they've scored any points.
Well, it has been, and just as we say that, Tyler Felt and Brandon Todd walk across the floor, and Coach Boat would probably like to suit those two up.
I think they're out of eligibility.
I think they are. Coach Ford has them over at Muskingum.
In fact, both of them are almost out of Muskingum College eligibility. So it's probably upsetting Coach Ford just a little bit. Winston Turner with the basketball now for the Bobcats. Turner, top of the key. Brown. Brown to Leggett. Leggett outside the arc to Turner in the corner. Down low. Brown's got it. Shots up by Brownie. No good. Rebound Leggett. No good. He falls down. Rebound fought for. Jump ball. Possession arrow to the Colts.
A nice effort by Shane and Tyler to try to keep the ball alive. And that was one of Cambridge's favorite plays there.
Colts with the basketball now and a big lead, 29-11, 5:56 left in the third. Bobcats yet to score here in the third quarter.
And Coach Vogt ran a play there to try to get Tyler off, back into the flow of things.
Biggs cutting down the middle, and that's going to be on Phillip. That should be a charge. Oh, my goodness.
They called a block.
I'll tell you right now, there was one earlier that, I thought for sure. Take a look at this. Yeah. And he was drifting a little bit. That's a good call by the officials. I withdraw my previous statement.
Sometimes those things have a tendency of evening out.
That's the second foul on Markley now. Miracle with the basketball. Kicks it off. Hudson down low. Biggs has it in the paint. Turning, shooting. That shot's a little short. Brown with a rebound. Gets it off to Turner.
Shot that with the left hand.
Turner. Outside the arc now. Leggett. Back to Brown. Brown drops it down low. That ball's tipped away from McVicker. Leggett picks it up. Ball lost, and Biggs picks it up. Here comes Hudson for the Colts. Off to Robertson, 40. Can't make the shot go. Brown with a rebound. Both teams cooling off a little bit now. Leggett to Markley to Turner. Turner outside the arc. Down inside to Brown. Nick Hudson sneaks up in behind him, picks his pocket. Neff back to Biggs. Hudson.
Okay, right now,
Miracle.
Right now things are going Meadowbrook's way, and it's just up to the Cats to hang in there tough, and hopefully things will turn.
Tell you what, Bobcats have had some shot opportunities. Haven't been able to convert anything. Brock Miracle, long three, and wow. 32-11.
Okay, the coaching staff over there for Meadowbrook's pretty excited right now.
Some good shooting by the Colts in the corner, and Markley had a shot and turned around, and Neff was right out in his face. Trying to set a play for Markley. Brown now. He'll take the shot from outside the arc. Shot's no good. Rebound Miracle. Here come the Colts. Boy, and Cambridge has gone stone cold from the floor.
Right, only 4 of 17 the first half, and you've yet to make a basket here in the second half.
Biggs to Hudson. Hudson down low to Miracle. Colts are feeling it. They get Brown up in the air. Miracle turns, shoots, and scores. And I'll tell you what, he's got 5 points here in the third quarter, and he's in double figures now.
And Coach Vogt's already used 3 timeouts. You can only stem the tide so much.
Biggs with the block, and that's going to be a foul. I'm sorry, that's on Robertson.
Robertson, young sophomore.
Take a look at this cut. Good cut by Winston Turner. And, yeah, he got him on the arm.
Right.
In the act of shooting, so Winston Turner on the line. The junior will shoot 2. Shots up by Winston and that.
Well, Robertson's only a sophomore. Here comes another sophomore, and Coach Arnold's playing 3 sophomores an awful lot in this varsity contest. And those kids were pretty doggone good as freshmen, and have really elevated their games.
Luke LePage into the ball game now for the Bobcats. Turner trying to make his second shot. Bobcats still scoreless in the third quarter. Turner trying to harass the Colts into a turnover. Nick Hudson picks it up. Brock Miracle now with the basketball outside the arc. And that's Neff from the top of the key, in and out. Boy, I'll tell you what, the Colts are feeling it. They are just pulling the trigger without any problem at all. Foul now down low on Luke LePage.
And it was the 3 sophomores. One sophomore took the shot, and the other 2 were in there battling for the rebound.
Jeremy Neff, he's been able to make some shots from the top of the key tonight, and he can shoot.
I'll tell you, he's played an awful lot of basketball from the time he was young.
On the line now, that's number 40, Alex Robertson. Shots up by Robertson, off the front of the rim, no good. Still 34-11, 3:24 left in the third. Nick Liptak checks into the ball game. Shane Leggett takes a seat. And checking in for the Colts, Joe DeLees, number 14. Robertson on the line, his second shot now. Ball's up, and that's good. McVicker gets it to Nick Liptak, just into the ball game for the first time tonight. 3:19 left in the third. Turner. Back out to McVicker. McVicker lob into LePage, can't get it to go. Markley now back into LePage. Luke turning, shooting, missing, gets his own rebound and tied up. DeLees ties up LePage. Possession arrow to the Bobcats. Take a look at this. Well, I'll tell you what, that Luke LePage is pretty big. I don't know if I reach in there and grab that.
You know, the Bobcats made a concentrated effort to get the ball in there, and yeah, I think that's a good play.
Nick Liptak with the inbounds now for the Cats. 3:01 left in the third. Winston Turner back to Markley, to Turner, to Liptak. Liptak to LePage. LePage kicks it out. Turner driving, shooting, got some contact. DeLees will pick up the personal. That'll put Winston on the line again, shooting two. Good kick out here by Luke. Gets the ball to Winston Turner, who drives into the paint, gets the contact, and
the outside shots aren't falling, so might as well go ahead and take it to the basket. I guess they're going to call that on the floor.
They're going to say that was on the floor, so no shots for long shot by Markley for three off the back of the rim, no good. Trevor had a pretty good look that time, couldn't convert. Bobcats still without a point in the second half. And Biggs loses the basketball. McVicker picks it up. Here comes Nick Liptak quickly. Liptak harassed by Robertson. Back to Markley. Markley slows things up. McVicker in the lane. Shots up by Zach. No good. Rebound fought for. Kicks it back out. Markley will take the three. No good. Rebound Liptak. Liptak to Markley. Markley to Turner. Turner down inside. LePage has it. Back out to Winston Turner. Turner drives in. Shooting and scoring. Count it. Nice. 2:07 left in the third. Good drive.
Right. Nice inside out. And kicked it into Luke. Back out. And then the drive and finish.
Nice finger roll, too. And that will be, as a bonus, the second foul on Biggs. Although he's not in any trouble just yet. Winston Turner trying to complete that three-point play. Got it. 35-14. Bobcats at least off the schneid here in the third quarter.
Well, it's always good to get a basket. You know, you obviously like to come out and score the first time you get a possession. So.
Hudson now. Back outside Robertson. Biggs.
Yeah.
Good defense by McVicker. McVicker down the lane. Biggs harassing him. McVicker gets a shot off. Rebound Robertson for the Colts. Robertson up the floor. Action end-to-end on the floor, and Nick Liptak is going to pick up the foul. Or is there a timeout on the floor?
I thought it was a foul on Nick, but evidently they called a 30.
Here it is. And they're going to say timeout on the floor.
Yep.
And I think that Coach Arnold asking for time. So 35-14, Bobcats trailing by 20 points. Keep in mind, Bobcat DVDs are available. All 10 boys home games, plus the one girls game we'll have against Meadowbrook. $9.95 each, and you can get all 11 games, $99.95. Just to order, call 432-5605, or just visit yourradioplace.com. It's real easy.
I tell you what, the memories of your high school years are precious. So that'd be a great buy.
I still will never forget Lyle Sampson, who was a Bobcat star in the 80s, asking me if I had any videotape at all of him when he played. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I didn't. So that is a keepsake. Neff with the basketball now for the Colts. Nick Hudson for Meadowbrook. Gets it now to, that's number 30, Shriver. Ethan Shriver, who's just checked back into the lineup. Shriver working on Liptak down the lane, finds LePage there, but a nice shot by Shriver right over LePage.
That's a real nice move. Penetration pull-up jumper from about 4 to 6 feet.
37-14, 1:07 left in the third now. Winston Turner with the basketball, kicks it back to Nick Liptak. Liptak working outside the arc to Turner. McVicker and Shriver sparring out near the elbow. Now down inside, LePage has it. Shots up by Luke, no good. Rebound Biggs. And Philip Biggs will bring it up the floor. Big man can handle the ball, can't he?
Yes, he can. And, he might be able to play at the next level. I know he's talking about perhaps going to Muskingum and playing for Coach Ford.
Hudson now. Back to Miracle. Miracle to Biggs. Biggs down low. Back outside to Hudson. 37-14. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. 18 seconds. I think Colts going to hold for one.
I think they like this mismatch of Brock Miracle versus Luke LePage.
9.7 seconds left and a whistle. Let's see what the call is. And I think they're going to get Nick Liptak here on the personal.
Frustration foul. Look up the scoreboard and expect to be in the game. You're down by 23, and sometimes you just have to maintain your composure.
Third team foul, 9.7 seconds left now. Colts will try to set an inbounds play.
Okay, the Colts have scored 12, 12, and 13.
Biggs with a little loop from Hudson. That's up and good. 39-14.
12, 12, and 15.
Liptak with 2 seconds left driving, gets it off to LePage. Shots up, no good. Good effort there by Nick Liptak, but that's going to do it at the end of the third quarter. The score after 3, it's Meadowbrook 39, Cambridge 14. Back with more right after this. We are back at Cambridge High School. Bill Kassler, Coach Dan Linscott with you. Hey, and I want to remind everybody again, Saturday, Lady Bobcats and the Riverview Lady Black Bears. The Lady Black Bears have lost one game. Lady Bobcats undefeated.
I tell you, it should be a great game. I really look forward to a big crowd, and hopefully we get the desired result.
Tomorrow afternoon, what time?
The JV game will start at 1. The varsity game will probably start approximately at 2:30.
So if you're listening to this on Friday night, down low, Neff's got it, and Markley's right on him, but a good shot by Neff. 41-14.
Yeah, basically they're just overloading one side of the floor with 3 people, and then they'll reverse it, and they make what's called a shuffle cut.
Leggett now with a pass back to Turner. Turner down low. McVicker, shots up, no good. Biggs with a rebound for the Colts.
We're 1 of 15. The Bobcats are 1 of 15 the second half.
Oh, I tell you what, they tried to get the ball down low again to Neff, and that time Markley right in the passing lane picks it up. Trevor down the middle of the floor. Back out to Leggett. Leggett drives the baseline, shooting, and can't get it to go, but there's a foul on the play. Somebody got him on the arm. May have been Philip Biggs. May have been Brock Miracle. Let's see what the call is. Nope, wrong on both counts. It's number 14 with the personal. That's Joe DeLeese. Shots up by Leggett. That's good. First point of the night for Leggett. 41-15. Second shot now by Shane Leggett. In and out, no good. Rebound fought for. McVicker's got it. He loses the ball out of bounds. It will be Bobcat basketball. So nice job by Zach McVicker under the basket. He's hustled quite a bit tonight.
He has, and I think you're going to get that out of Zach McVicker every game.
Winston Turner with the inbounds. Gets it back in to Ryan Hatmaker in the lineup now. Turner, top of the key. McVicker's got it. Down to LePage. LePage loses the handle, kicks it back out now. Leggett with a 3. In and yes, count it. Big shot for the Bobcats, 41-18. Hudson with the basketball now. Back up the floor to Brock Miracle. Miracle back to Jeremy Neff, the sophomore, out near the midcourt circle to Shriver. Shriver, another one of those sophomores.
Right, and once again, this is a mismatch in favor of Meadowbrook when you have a person who can handle the ball and Luke out away from the basket. Although he did a pretty nice job moving his feet there.
Hatmaker gets it back to Shriver now. LePage will come out on him. Down the middle of the lane, Shriver shooting and what? That's the price you pay right there.
That's it.
He's not going to give you a free one.
Yep.
Take a look at this. Beats him to the basket. Big man comes up and comes right across his arm. That will put Shriver on the line, shooting two. 6:03 left in the fourth. 41-18 Meadowbrook.
I'll give the Meadowbrook coaching staff some credit there for exposing or getting Luke in a situation where he's at a disadvantage. As opposed to running Ethan into the low block and going Little against Big, they go ahead and take Little versus Big on the perimeter, and Little goes by Big. So.
Shriver with his second shot. That's 5 points for Shriver, leading the way for the Colts tonight. Brock Miracle and Philip Biggs, 13 points apiece for the two seniors. Timeout on the floor. Coach Arnold wanting to talk things over now. 43-18. Tough night shooting-wise for the Bobcats.
Right, I think in the second half, 2 for 16.
Keep in mind, Ohio State Buckeyes will play exclusively in Cambridge on FM 97.7. Games start in January. We're going to pick up the Big Ten schedule, so you can hear Ohio State basketball, FM 97.7.
I'll tell you what, those are pretty exciting to listen to. When
it's pretty tough to beat Paul Keels. He's one of the better play-by-play men in America, I think. Ron Stokes sitting beside him.
Well, I think that name's somewhat familiar if you're a Ohio State fan.
Bobcats with the basketball.
I think the Bobcats 2 of 16 in the second half, 4 of 17 in the first half. So obviously there's a lid on that basket. It will be checked tonight.
And some good defense by the Colts. Let's not forget about that. They've stayed in that man-to-man, and it has really given the Bobcats fits. They try to work a play out near the top of the key. Leggett's got it. Once again, aggressive defense by the Colts. Turner on the baseline. Shots up by Winston off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound fought for. Leggett's got it. He'll bring it back out again. Kicks it off to McVicker. McVicker right down the lane. Shots up by Zach. No good. Leggett on the back of somebody. Let's see what the call is. There's a foul somewhere. Official says it's going to be on Leggett. Take a look at it. I think he got on the back on this last rebound. Take a look here.
Yeah, I think that's what the call is going to be. You have to give the Bobcat kids credit for taking the ball hard to the basket, but they really need to take 1 or 2 more dribbles, collect themselves, and take good quality shots. It's not good enough just to get a shot.
Shriver having some problems getting the ball in bounds. The Bobcats turn the pressure up a little bit.
That's a good move. Once again, Meadowbrook had the mismatch that they want.
Biggs now directing some traffic. Robertson.
Coach Arnold says this is what I want right here.
Thomas Norris checked into the ball game. He had an outstanding game in the JV game, won by the Bobcats incidentally. Don't know if we have a score on that anyway. Foul as one of the Colts down the lane. Take a look here. That's Robertson right down the lane, and as you said, Coach, to the right every time. The right hand, right down the middle, down the middle of the lane.
But it is quick to the right.
It is.
I can go to the right, but it's not nearly as quick as what that is. Well, once again, give credit to the Meadowbrook coaching staff. They're basically going ahead and saying, okay, whoever Luke is going to guard, we're going to go ahead and take him out on the perimeter, and it's very difficult. I sat up in the stands last year and watched my son try to guard the freshman guard from Coshocton, and tell you what, you can be exposed.
Pretty tough for a big man out in that perimeter. I'll tell you what, that three-point arc changes so much because you have to defend across the floor. You can't just leave somebody out open. Turner driving down the lane, shots up by Winston, no good. William Klein with a rebound, shots up and in. 44-20. Colts by 24. Ethan Shriver gets the ball into Philip Biggs. Biggs back up the floor to Robertson. Robertson will slow it down a little bit now.
He's always going to be the safety valve.
Yeah, cool head out there. A lot of varsity experience for Philip Biggs, and that makes a big difference.
Right.
Cats have done a pretty decent job on him tonight. But
well, they got the 2 seniors, and they have the 3 sophomores who have played a lot.
Robertson back out to Nick Hudson now. And Hudson's done a nice job, too, as the point guard. There's one of those sophomores right there, Jeremy Neff. Back out to Robertson. Robertson's been strong off the bench tonight. Setting his man up, going to the right. Yeah, there you go. That time LePage cuts him off. Winston Turner will pick up the personal that time on Nick Hudson. That's the 7th foul, and that's going to put Meadowbrook on the line. Shooting 1-on-1, I believe. It will. 4 fouls on the
Coach Vogt brings Leggett back in for LePage, and hopefully that'll be a better matchup for the Bobcats at the defensive end.
Well, the thing I've noticed there is without Tyler Brown in the game, that's when Philip Biggs starts to dominate on the boards too, and that's been a problem. Shots up by Hudson, that's good.
Really amazing how well the Meadowbrook Colts shoot the ball here, and part of that might be attributed to the fact that we do have the summer league is held right here at Cambridge High School, so these Meadowbrook Colts are very familiar with this setting.
A lot of looks on the floor now.
They really do.
I'll tell you what, I enjoy going down to Meadowbrook. That's a good gymnasium down there for shooting as well. The one I really don't like is the one we just visited, Coshocton. It's got those balconies running across the back, and that's a tough place to go play.
That does give you a different perspective. It's not quite as bad as what Zanesville is, but like, I've always contended that Coshocton was always a good place for Cambridge to go play, because the freshman boys basketball tournament was held up there, and with all the success that Cambridge has had at the freshman level, those kids get a chance to play on that floor 5-6 times a year. And, I think what you're seeing right now is an example of what happens when somebody comes into your building. You don't expect them to shoot that well, but when they play there all summer long, sometimes the home court advantage is not as much of an advantage as what you think.
Any thoughts on our Carino's Pizza player of the game to this point?
Well, right now we got co-players, I would think, and Biggs and Miracle. For Meadowbrook.
We can't award it to a Colt. Award it to a Bobcat.
Well, let's look to see what's going to happen in the last 3.5 minutes here. See if somebody steps up and Zach McVicker displayed an awful lot of heart and good hustle in several plays.
Shots up there by Shriver. That's 8 points for Shriver, 48-20. Turner up the floor. Turner's had a good night, scored 5 points. Thomas Norris right down the lane. Shots up by Norris. That's good.
And that was a nice shot. He had himself under control, and that was a quality shot that he got after he made penetration toward the basket.
Hudson now to a cutting Biggs, who's smart. Senior slows things up. Bobcats trying to harass him into a turnover, and the senior just holds the ball, picks up a foul. That'll put Phillip on the line, and he's pretty automatic from the line.
I think he's pretty automatic from the three-point line too.
He can shoot the rock. Let's not make any mistakes about that.
I know my oldest son Justin, and he used to go at it and scoring back and forth, and used to battle one another on the low block. And Phillip's a very nice player.
He's got a chance to play at the next level, I think.
I think he does.
About that, I really think that he does. Shots up by Biggs, that's good. 49-22, 2:49 left in the ball game. 14 points for Philip Biggs. Shots up and in and out. Rebound, William Klein. Here come the Bobcats. Klein working on Biggs, turning, shooting, and can't get it to go.
No call there. That was
Nick Hudson with the basketball. Hudson with Klein. Hard foul under by William Klein. I think William a little bit frustrated with the fact that I think he got fouled down there at the other end.
Yeah, I believe he did get fouled, and you just wonder whether or not, if that same move is made earlier on in the game, it probably is called a foul. And sometimes the time and the situation make those fouls become non-fouls.
So with 2:32 left in the ball game, unless the Bobcats can stage a miraculous comeback, they're going to drop to 1-4 and 0-4 in the ECOL.
And I think Mr. Biggs is done for the evening.
Rightfully so. He's had a good night. Thomas Norris in the corner to Winston Turner, who loses it. Ball picked up there by, let's see, that's double lot, Nick Yakubik. Just in the game now for Meadowbrook. Foul on the play, and 10 fouls now for the Bobcats. That's going to put somebody on the line shooting 2 as Meadowbrook in the double bonus.
You got your senior, Nick Hudson. Cody Furman also in the game, number 23 for the Colts.
And Coach Arnold has to be happy with his performance tonight.
Yeah.
He really does.
Well, I know he told me that in the last game he felt like they only played hard one quarter, and they more than made up for it this evening.
Colts improved to 2-2 overall, 1-2 in the ECOL. Second shot by Merkel, no good, 50-22. And Hudson loses the ball out of bounds, but he's able to throw it off one of the Bobcats. It will be Meadowbrook basketball. 2:11 left in the ball game. So back to the drawing board for Coach Don Vogt now.
Right, and I think things don't get a whole lot easier. I believe the next opponent is Dover, isn't it?
Up at Dover.
At Dover.
Yes, and that'll be a tough game. Tornado's a perennial power in the ECOL.
But you did have Riverview, who is probably considered to be the cellar dweller of the ECOL. Actually played Dover pretty close in the last game.
That program right there, Riverview program, you got to figure that sooner or later they're going to get some players and they're going to come on. What really boggles your mind with Riverview is that their girls programs are all so good. Their volleyball program's good, and their basketball program, of course, outstanding.
Soccer, softball.
Oh, yes.
Honestly,
very good soccer.
Yep.
Boys football and boys basketball, they take it on the chin, though, usually. They've been a good fit, though, for the ECOL. Good to have them in the league.
It really is.
On the line for the Colts, that's
Cody Furman, wasn't it?
Aaron Wickham.
Oh, Wickham, okay.
Aaron Wickham.
I guess there's 2 23s on the program that I have. Unless my eyesight
Might be Cody Furman. We'll have to see. Thomas Norris with the basketball to Hatmaker in the corner. Long shot by Turner, can't find the rim. And Meadowbrook with wholesale substitutions now. Number 10, that's Justin Hott in the lineup. 6'2" junior. In the corner, Norris with the shot, no good. Can't find the rim again. 1:42 left, and boy, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of anarchy on the floor now. Ball out of bounds. And I believe that is Cody Fairman, 23.
Good effort there by Thomas Norris.
Thomas has shown, he showed a little bit of offense here the last game that we had on the air of New Philly. In fact, he was our player of the game. Neff tried to knock it off of one of the Bobcats, and let's see. Norris comes up with the basketball, and Joe DeLees is going to pick up the personal and put Thomas Norris on the line. Norris fouled in the act of shooting. He'll get 2.
Yeah, and I'm sure his dad, Coach Jeff Neff, who does a fine job down at Meadowbrook, is going to talk to him about saving the basketball underneath his own basket. Or excuse me, underneath his opponent's basket. You should go ahead and throw it towards your own basket on down the floor or save to the corner.
Back up the floor now, that's Cody Fairman. Fairman to Neff. And boy, I'll tell you what, Ryan Hatmaker got a handful of jersey that time. That's a good call.
Yeah, the new materials these jerseys are made out of, when you hold them, it does stretch.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Jeremy Neff on the line now, shooting 2. First shot's up and good. 53-22. Turner up the floor, kicks it back out to Norris. Norris back outside to Klein. William Klein for three. 54-25. Fairman tied up by Winston Turner. Under a minute to go, 53 seconds left. That's 8 points for William Klein on the night. Any thoughts on our?
Well, I'm leaning toward William.
Yeah, he's picked it up in the last couple minutes. Winston Turner had a good game, and I was kind of thinking a little bit about him, but with that last three, some good hustle out on the floor by William Klein, and let's see, that's going to be a foul and put Winston Turner on the line, shooting two.
And William gets that call down there that we were talking about a moment ago. He's probably in the double figures, and one of the few bright offensive spots for the Bobcats.
So our Crino's Pizza player of the game tonight, William Klein.
Good choice.
You can still call Crino's 432-2200 for a hot, delicious pizza delivered right to your door. First shot missed by Turner. 54-25. Second shot now for Winston. The junior puts it up. Got it. 54-26. Colts with a bad pass, and let's see, that'll be Bobcat ball, I think. Well, they're going to say tipped out by one of the Cats. Hatmaker picks up the foul, and number 10, Justin Hott, will go down to the other end and shoot two.
And the Cambridge kids still trying to make plays, up here working on their full court press, trying to deny the inbounds pass. At some point in time in the season, perhaps they'll be in a situation where they need to do this, and so you might as well work on this, on those situations in this instance.
First shot around the rim, no good. 54-26. Second shot's up. That's good. Norris in the corner. Turner's got it. He'll try to knife between two Meadowbrook defenders, and they're going to say traveling.
Yeah, I think he looked to make the step before he got the ball out of his hand.
Knocked out of bounds by Hatmaker.
Near steal there by Ryan. Ryan's got nice quickness.
Jarrett Gray, number 33, the man trying to throw the ball in for the Colts. Coach Arnold cleaning the bench off. Gets it inbounds to number 10, Justin Hott. Hott loses the handle. Hatmaker picks it up for the Bobcats. And they're going to say a foul, and I think that's going to be on Gray. That's going to be 7, and that's going to put Hatmaker on the line, shooting 1-1.
Okay, nice effort by Ryan.
Take a look at this.
Right.
Hatmaker gets a tip.
Takes away, ball reversal.
Gray comes back after the ball. Puts the ball on the ground. Boy, I'll tell you what, it should have been a double dribble call there. Official missed it.
I thought perhaps they gave him the benefit of the doubt. It looked like it bounced off the leg of the Meadowbrook Colt.
First shot up by Ryan. That's good. 55-27. Second shot now for Hatmaker. Just 25 seconds left in the game. Ball's up. That's good. 55-28. Ball thrown poorly out of bounds. It'll be Cambridge ball. So that's going to go all the way back down to the baseline on the other end of the floor. Bobcats will have it. Hatmaker with the ball under the Meadowbrook basket. Back to Norris. Norris kicks it back outside. Turner for three. Drilled it. 55-31. Neff with a basketball, and let's see, that's knocked out of bounds by Winston Turner.
Coach Neff should be proud of his son there, understanding that, the score is not important, it's the clock. You're playing, clock's the opponent.
Knocked out of bounds as Justin Haught trying to get it into 23. That's Cody Fairman.
Backdoor cut will be open here if the Colts choose to do it.
Tom, and I'll tell you what, right there, Winston Turner's going to pick that up, get the ball up, put it up, and no good. Rebound under the basket. Leggett, 55-33. Neff up the floor quickly. That's going to do it. End of the game. The final score, Meadowbrook 55, Cambridge 33. We'll be back with a wrap-up right after this.
See some red.
Save some green.
Join the GM Red Tag event.
Now at Whitesides of Cambridge.
Every new Buick, Pontiac, Cadillac, and professional grade GMC truck has a red tag behind the windshield with the no hassle, no haggle bottom line price.
And you'll save thousands with 0 for 60 or 1.9 for 72 months on most models.
Or rebates up to $6,000.
And everything new gets a free fill up too, now through the end of the year.
Plus big used car savings on the big lot. Join the GM Red Tag event at Whitesides of Cambridge, just north of I-70 on Route 209.
Advantage Bank has what you need when you need it. Now is the time to take advantage of the hidden cash in your home. An Advantage Line home equity line of credit can help make your dreams come true. Whether it's that big wedding or a tropical escape, let Advantage Bank help you make reality with no closing costs. It's easy to use. Just write yourself a check whenever you need money. Stop by Advantage Bank and ask about our Advantage Line home equity line of credit.
No matter what the sport, injuries can occur. For advice, effective treatment, and a rehabilitation plan, see Dr. James Klobuchak and his staff at Ohio Sports Medicine Institute. Athletes who receive the correct treatment and continue to train following an injury will return to competition sooner than those who do not. Get back in the game of life. Ohio Sports Medicine Institute, a full-service sports medicine facility, can help. From injury through rehabilitation to recovery. Ohio Sports Medicine Institute, 216 Highland Avenue in Cambridge.
Hi, I'm George Shahady, owner of West 40 Auto Sales in Cambridge, Ohio, where for over 17 years we have specialized in selling and financing pre-owned cars, trucks, and vans for under $10,000. And here at West 40 Auto Sales, we have guaranteed financing, which means everyone gets approved. Most cars come with warranties and are checked by the mechanic on site to make sure your deal is right. And remember, at West 40 Auto Sales, cash always gets you a discount. So call us today at 740-439-5504 or check us out on the web at west40autosales.com and see what we can do for you.
We're back at Cambridge High School. Bill Castler, Dan Linscott. Meadowbrook Colts come into the Cats lair and lead with a 20-point win, 55-33. A little bit too much Meadowbrook experience, a little bit too much Meadowbrook defense, and a little bit too much Philip Biggs.
Well, you know, Meadowbrook with their senior leadership, and Mr. Biggs did a tremendous job, you know, as far as scoring goes for the Colts. You had Hudson with 4, Neff with 9, Biggs with 14, Miracle with 13, Shriver had 8, Robertson 4, Justin Haught had 1, and Cody Furman had 2. And you know, like I said, the really big ones there were Biggs and Miracle.
Yeah, and Philip Biggs really did a great job shooting the ball. Before we wrap up, let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Okay.
Game started off pretty well for the Bobcats.
Yeah, got up to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Tyler Brown, nice drop step there in the lane. But after that, Philip Biggs driving down the middle of the lane. And it was Winston Turner from the baseline. Bobcats still in at this point. Right about here, though, Jeremy Neff hit that one from the top of the key. Boy, I'll tell you what, started looking pretty tough for the Cats. Luke LePage with a nice follow there. And Ethan Shriver from the baseline. William Klein, our player of the game, from inside the lane with a good shot. But there's Philip Biggs. Three-pointer right there. Ended up with 14 points on the night. Had a huge night. Brock Miracle, another big three-pointer. He had 13.
Here comes another 3 by the Neff. Jeremy Neff.
And only a sophomore. We'll see him a little bit more. And
Miracle again, right?
Yeah, another shot by Miracle. Winston Turner, though, hustled hard. Bobcats went cold, but Turner able to get the Bobcats on the board in the third quarter. It's a little bit too much Bobcats. Shriver finishing in there big for the alley-oop. And right there, Jeremy Neff finishes it off. Neff had a good night.
O'Shea got one to fall.
William Klein under the basket with the follow. Thomas Norris now down the middle of the lane. Shots up right over Phillip Biggs. Good shot by Thomas. Kicks it back out. Winston Turner. 3.
A driving kick action.
I think that was the last points of the game, as Bobcats did a pretty good job there in the fourth quarter. We were able to close it up a little bit, but boy, I'll tell you what, stone cold in the third quarter.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, at one point, Cambridge was 4-17 from the field, then 1 of 14 in the third, and end up 11 of 45 from the field.
Let's take a look at the scoring for the Bobcats and wrap things up.
Well, Trevor unfortunately didn't score for us, and Trevor Markley needs to score if we're going to be successful. Zach McVicker had 1, Shane Leggett with 6, Winston Turner ended up with 9. Tyler Brown only had 2, George Liptak with 2, William with 7, William Klein. Nick Liptak didn't score. Thomas Norris had 2. Taylor Lepla was scoreless tonight, as was Ben Shepard, I don't believe, played. Luke LePage had 2 on that follow, and Ryan Hatmaker had 2 from the foul line.
Bobcats ends up losing 55-33. On the year now, Cambridge falls to 1-4, 0-4 in the ECOL. It doesn't get any easier. Next trip is a trip up to Dover to take on the Crimson Tornado. Never an easy job.
No. Dover obviously is one of the elite, or the elite in the ECOL, has been for a number of years, along with Cambridge.
Hey, thanks a lot for joining me tonight, Coach Linscott, and good luck tomorrow against Riverview Lady Black Bears.
Well, thank you, and good luck to our girls, because our girls have really played really well this year, and I look for good things out of them tomorrow.
Tough night for Cambridge. The final score, Meadowbrook 55, Cambridge 33.
AVC Sports coverage of Cambridge High School Bobcat basketball has been brought to you by Dunning Motor Sales, Southeastern Med, West 40 Auto Sales, Ohio Sports Medicine Institute, Whitesides of Cambridge, and Advantage Bank. This has been a presentation of AVC Sports.
Celebrate the season with WILE-FM, your holiday music station. They told me as much a tradition as trimming the tree, tasty treats, and offering good cheer, WILE-FM 97.7 is playing all your favorite songs. From our family to yours. Merry Christmas to WILE-FM, your holiday music station.